the sun. To dream, believe in strength. Now I'm the only one, only one. I was an ordinary boy until I broke the rules. My life destroyed, life destroyed. Until I walk awake, scream my mind, I shout, the ground shakes. How much can I take? My mind will break. Will it break? What can I take? Can I be your superhero?
Of course you can, because I'll be yours as well. Hello, good morning, everybody. My name is 12 Gauge. Welcome to my channel. Can you dig it? Can you dig it? Anyways, if you haven't been here before, thank you for stopping by. I hope that you are able to find some of the things that you're looking for here at my channel. Some entertainment, some education, and some other life skills on Sundays. I do have a lot of different variations. So be sure you check back from time to time. If not, see the live button and come on in, say hello. This is a very drama free environment, and we try to get along and be one coordinated effort to give you the best true crime, substance use addiction, life skills, streaming videos. I do have some wonderful mods. So, with that being said, I want you to know that this is not live, this is a upload. So, we are going to talk about early on in the IDAHO4 case where some people may have gotten some of their information from that has passed on from time to time. There's this TikToker, her name is Seagirl, and she has a lot of interesting scenarios and information that I haven't seen in other people's lives or anything like that. So I thought I would play some of her videos. It's strictly for commentary, it's fair use. It's not meant to say that I did the content or that I am in charge of the content, because I am not. Seagirl is the one who did the content. And True Crime Design. I'm going to play a video here in a second on an audio that was recorded supposedly close to the King Road house on the night of the murders. One thing about this audio, because people have said it's debunked, it's debunked, it's debunked. Well, I was using my thinking cap, and I thought to myself, what if one of the surviving roommates was recording this behind the door? Since it's kind of muffled a little bit, I would say the one furthest away. So, what if the exculpatory evidence is that this is the audio recorded and this individual can really guarantee a timeline? So let's listen to it. I know you probably heard it, so it's nothing earth shattering, but I want to kind of dive in that aspect. And here we go. This is from True Crime Design. Wonder where she went because I loved her content before. She hasn't had much out. And here we go. And I have a good buddy that has talked about this being seen on another person's live stream and how they were able to debunk it. That could be true. Maybe that's one of the reasons why it stayed up. Otherwise, they probably would have taken it down. But regardless, it does sound pretty authentic. Whoever did that has some pretty awesome editing skills. It sounds creepy and eerie. So, let me play this for you. And I don't have any way to cover these people's names on the right hand side, so I'm not trying to dox them. But let me show you this video, Seagirl.
In the comments section of a video on YouTube for the podcast, and it describes a female informant in the IDAHO4 case, and this is their story. And the comment reads, Friday, Demetrius Art told his lawyer on May 31st, 2023 that he wanted to talk to BK's judge. Somewhere he said the truth will be coming out. Allegedly, Demetrius and Emma got their charges dismissed on Caden Y if they would sing like canaries on the IDAHO4 cases. Kara, ex's mom, got probation instead of prison time on 6/21/23 if she would sing too. Also, Corey, but I think that's Emma or Maddie's stepmom, is supposedly going to sing like a canary too to help break the ring. The problem is allegedly Demetrius and Emma were at the King Road home during the unalives. There are allegedly 3 to 4 unalivers, all military trained and experienced, with knives and machetes. 3 rug dealers as part of a shakedown turned unalive team. There were many people involved in the IDAHO4 case. Motive number 1, the IDAHO4 were about to talk to feds, investigators about the products there in the ring. Number 2, Maddie told friends that she flushed $275K down the toilet about a week before the unalives. Some say it was more like 2 mil, but probably 275K. This is what she told Adam. It has been said that X was trying to help her mom, Kara, and her mom's product situation there. The comment continues. Kara's money or the products back. Apparently, they were to be shaken down and not unalived. The products ring was run by Brent Kopeka. Unalived December 15, 2022. That was the standoff. Demetrius, Emma, Quinn, and even DM helped out. Now, there's a lot of speculation about DM, but this kind of confirms. But this whole part here confirms my theory from the beginning that it connects the university, the church, the politicians there, the city council, and everything is covered up by the LE and the prosecutor's office. But continuing on.
But do you see how a lot of this information that she's reading right here, it's stuff that we've heard time and time again. The same active people being called out, the same situations, the same puzzle pieces being put together. So a lot of creators have either read this or heard about it, and they put a little spin on it for themselves. Even the recent about Kara and the stepmom. So let me continue on.
On. The former homeowners were involved in many kinds of product trafficking or just trafficking, and the Moscow PD were involved too. They sold MDMA, not sure what that is, white candy, and fentanyl, rug products, money benefits, the traffickers, the university, the LE, the Christ Church, politicians, businesses, and other entities. The head of the cartel, Jesse James Bailey, that would be Emma's dad, now is in prison for product busts in February and March 2023. I read a lot of stories about that big ring that was taken down.
I think we've identified, I could be wrong, that Jesse James Bailey is no relation to Emma Bailey. So I don't think that part's correct, but I could be wrong.
And his gang were at the house, but both Kara and Corey know one another, and this is the guy that got the products from Emma's dad. BK was allegedly an informant for a task force working to bust the product ring. BK supposedly had cameras outside to monitor the product trafficking. OMG. I totally believe this. BK also told his sister he bought white candy for his migraines. Why wouldn't he just go to the pharmacy and get one of those pills? That doesn't make sense. I mean, with insurance, it's like $12. Okay, so that's the backstory. Now, continuing on with the story of the unalives. BK, we believe, also got into the Moscow PD of Pullman and WSU police files and saw info on corrupt cops. The IDAHO4 and BK seemed to be the only ones that did not know about this premeditated ambush. The unalives did not happen when and where the Moscow PD says it happened. An informant said that they used several houses, apartments, they used several cars, and they know who was in the house and who was involved. She said Brian is not the unaliver, and the sheath is not his, and the DNA was planted by Kyle Payne on December 28th. I have no doubts about that whatsoever. Zero. Folks, I am getting major, major chills. If you're not getting chills by now, I don't know what to say. But this is unbelievable.
So this story was trying to push that there was a female informant, and she was repeating all this about what happened supposedly at the 1122 King Road house.
But this basically confirms like pretty much everything we know or what we thought happened. All right, continuing on. The unalives allegedly took place from 1 a.m. until 4:30 a.m. BF and DM were in BF's bedroom most of the time, and they saw 3 to 4 dark clothed men coming up the driveway. The unalives did not happen in 8 minutes. They extended over hours of torture, and they used GUNS to heads, knives, machetes, tasers, golf clubs. Yeah, I figured golf clubs were in there. There is a fight club in the Queen Apartments, and it is underground and a tunnel.
So y'all have heard all that, right? Y'all have heard about the tasers, you've heard about the golf clubs, you've heard about the machetes, you've heard about the fight club. You've heard all this information, and you wonder, how did these people know this? Well, here it is right here. Girl is reading it.
Leads to the King Road house. It is believed that X and E were attacked there. Wow. Like, do you need to go lay down? Because I feel like I do. X and E were attacked there between 12:30 and 1:30 a.m., then moved to the house and staged. I kind of had a feeling that was a possibility. E was allegedly attacked 2 times by different groups, and the final time was the thud at 4:14 a.m. K and M walked in at 1:56 a.m., and some guys said M was allegedly unalived at 2:17 a.m. He said K was attacked over on Linda Lane by a cartel guy with beanbags, and he had her dog, Murphy, there.
So they walked in together. Maddie was unalived at 217. Then Kaylee was taken over to Linda Lane and killed with beanbags with her dog. And then she was dragged back to the location. You see where people are getting their information?
Watching it. She allegedly wasn't attacked or unalived until 3:55 a.m. over there and then dragged back to the house. This is horrifying. There were people in the house watching these unalives take place. They supposedly sold tickets to show like a snuff film. BF supposedly has everything on a flash drive. She might have given this to BK and AT got it out of his apartment. Oh my gosh. Remember when I'm going to have to find that article where AT, remember, went back in months later into his apartment to take the flash drive or something out of his Fire TV. There was something in the Fire TV that the police left behind. That means the defense has it, but they probably don't know what to do with it because everyone there is corrupt. It continues on. KG and MM did not do products or sell them. They wanted the products out of the house. K allegedly went to MPD 2 weeks before expressing concern about all the products in the house. K only moved in August and X in September. Oh, X's dad, Jeff, told him he did not change the locks. Wow, that confusion.
Jeff, were you secretly Xana's dad? Did you change the locks? Or just tighten up the screws? Come clean. Jeff H. Come on, buddy. I'm just joking with you. Here we go.
X's dad, Jeff, told me he did not change the locks. He tightened the screws. He said they always left the sliding door unlocked, and many people have the combo to the front door. X and DM, wow, sold the products. X stopped and Emma got her back into the selling business. Idaho State Patrol guy accidentally told WSU mom Kim that this is a parallel crimes investigation that includes products, carpets, trafficking, and then SEX, humans, CHILD, and all associated with the previous homeowners. BK's life is in great danger because the unalivers are footloose and fancy free. Not sure what that means. There is this ex-SEAL Team 6 guy who was friends with BK, and he posted on Facebook about the unalives. He taunted federal investigators and the VIX. He posted pics of the knives, machetes, and he bragged about unaliving them. Sophia Caitlin, criminal intelligence analyst, researched the background of BK, Brent, that BK, and the other BK, Brian, and she has screenshots of the post by the ex-SEAL, no name though, and the pics he posted, and is turning them into the defense. She's worried that BK will be unalived by a firing squad and said, when the truth comes out about this case, your heads will spin when you find out why they would throw a talented criminologist to the wolves. I guess it is money. Money means more to those involved than some Patsy's life. The Greek life are involved in the unalives too. And a lot of people have said that these unalives were live streamed from the grub truck. If you look at the 4th hour of the grub truck footage, people are looking down at their phones and people have said they are saying X, 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 X as she's beaten at the Fight Club. The King Roadhouse has had 24/7 surveillance built in its 22 years. They were always being watched. What kind of sick, twisted people do this?
24/7 surveillance. And there was a snuff film made, and there was people yelling Xana, Xana, Xana at the grub truck. I've seen another video where the individual was able to show that it wasn't Xana that was being shouted out, but another name of another individual that was close by. But you see how all this information fuels fires among people's minds, especially when you break out just a little bit of it at a time? Because all this has been stated in the YouTube streets.
I don't know. The IDAHO4 never knew this was coming, and they trusted the adults to watch over them. They were failed by those that stood silent, their so-called friends, who all knew but stood silent. This was posted in the comments section.
Okay, so let me move on to the next one. Let me see if I can find it. Here it is, part 2.
Female informant discovered in Moscow, IDAHO4 case. Real story revealed. Part 2. If you haven't heard part 1, you're going to have to go back because I can't keep repeating in each episode. So there is a 10-minute limit on TikTok videos. So in part 1, this was posted in the comments section of a video on YouTube for the podcast, and it describes a female informant.
I don't know why I did that.
Female informant discovered in Moscow, IDAHO4 case. Real story revealed. Part 2. If you haven't heard part 1, you're going to have to go back because I can't keep repeating in each episode. So there is a 10-minute limit on TikTok videos. So in part 1, I just read the whole story about the female informant discovered. And the information came from somebody who posted something in the comments who clearly has a lot of knowledge about the case, someone who lives there, some sort of witness or something. In any case, the details are just basically confirm everything that we've been saying here and thinking here. This post fills in a lot of the details that we didn't have and helps us connect the dots to the.
I give it up to Seagirl for her ability to tell these interesting facts that she received for herself as she identifies them. You know, I like the way she narrates it. I like the way she talks about it. But this informant, who could possibly be this informant with this much information? I mean, could it even be real? You know, a lot of people have heard this stuff already and they believed it. I've seen it in chats. I've seen it on panels. I've seen people repeat it, talking the same words about BK being a patsy. Where do you think the bias comes from?
The real story. Now you decide what you want because I don't tell people what to think. If you don't like it, you don't agree with it, that's fine. But I think this poster is very credible. In part 1, I read the whole thing, which is very long, so it's 10 minutes. Here, I'm just going to go over the commentary and I'm going to point out the bullet points that I think are important, which I didn't get to do in part 1 because there wasn't enough time. I only had enough time to read the whole post and that was it. Now, there are some interesting points that are really important that we discuss. And I probably won't get it done in part 2. So I'll probably have multiple parts. This was posted in the comments section of a video on YouTube for the podcast. And it describes a female informant in the IDAHO4 case. And this is their story. In the first part, it talks about how certain individuals were caught during some sort of sting, some sort of product sting. And then they all decided to roll and take plea deals in exchange.
Okay, so that basically just summarizing part 1. Let's go to part 3. Like I said, I haven't watched these in a long time, so I don't really know everything that's being stated. But I want to give this individual
Female informant
I want to give
discovered
this
in Moscow,
individual I want to give this individual the opportunity.
Female informant discovered in Moscow, Idaho 4 case. Real story revealed. Part 3. Part 1 and 2 are in the playlist because I can't go back and reread the whole story. Now you can think what you want, but I already read the story in part 1 and I went over some bullet points in part 2. So for part 3, I'm just going to continue my analysis of some of the key points that I think are that we should discuss. This was posted in the comments section of a video on YouTube for the podcast, and it describes a female informant in the Idaho 4 case, and this is their story. In the beginning of the post, it describes the backstory about how Demetrius and Emma are involved, along with X and M's relatives that have rap sheets. Now, in the beginning, people didn't want to talk about that because they considered it, victim shaming. But we can't ignore the facts that, 3 of the 4 parents of the Vicks have rap sheets, okay? And we also learned that Kay's uncle has a rap sheet too. Okay. And they also had crimes that they were arrested for right before the unalives. And X's mom was actually in jail and did contact Ashley Banfield over an interview while she was in jail. So we know that that had to play some kind of role in it. We can't ignore it anymore. We know that products are flowing through the sororities and fraternities on that campus. That has been confirmed 10 times over again. And the poster just basically mentions how the King Roadhouse has 24/7 surveillance. We know from the search warrants, which were redacted and sealed, that some kind of modem or thing was removed from the home. And there's a lot of stuff that was removed from the home for charter communication.
So if your dad's a dentist, that means that you're going to have molars and braces and retainers all over your home. I mean, after a while, you got to think a little clearer. I know it's easy to identify that you can put drug dealers with their children, but if this kill team was going to take out all the individuals in that home, what makes the family members that are still alive safe? What makes the 2 that are still alive safe and their families? It goes on and on and on and on. As far as I know, at this point, everybody that was not in that home that was killed is still alive and walking with no threats, no nothing. So this is interesting. And I really understand where a lot of the stuff that I hear or the videos that I see and the commentary that's being spit out, this is from this stuff.
That we don't have access to, but the defense and obviously the prosecutors do. So we know that the products were going on. Brent Kopeka apparently had a role in this, but since he's no longer with us, he was unalive during the standoff at WSU on December 15th. It's not like we can ask him unless he's in a witness protection program. But like I told you before, it's all connected to the university, the Christ Church, politicians, and the businesses and entities there because they all get money from this business. And the LE.
So I'm gonna stop it right there. And we'll do more later on, but I'm going to ask you, all these businesses get a kickback supposedly from this drug house. So if they got a kickback from this drug house, okay, because this drug house was either holding the drugs or holding the money or whatever, what would be the purpose of killing the 4 people who were making you the money? and even tearing the house down. So where'd you move your operation to? If this is legitimately what went on, those are some questions I have to ask. And this concludes this video for today. I'm going to do the follow-up to the White Elantra with Jeff H. I hope you enjoyed this. Maestro, why don't you cue that music? And the rest of you, can you dig it? I'm asking you, can you dig it? Can you? Let's listen to some Netflix.
I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing. Take me for granted and you know I'm leaving. I'ma take what's mine with the webs I'm weaving. I could take this crowd from seeing to believing. Got a taste for blood and my tongue keeps bleeding. From the words I spit, so sharp, so freezing. So cold, behold, frostbite they feeling. I could tear you apart or I could go heal them. Don't believe in fate, don't believe in ceilings. I just need a taste and my mind starts feeling. I don't pace myself, I grind on kneeling. Got lust for change, I just love the feeling. I ain't gonna give up. Got too little time, I'ma live up. Head down, push forward through the tough times. Cause anything worth doing is a tough climb. And I ain't gonna give up. Got too little time, I'ma live up. Head down, push forward through the tough times. Cause anything worth doing is a tough climb. Cause I'ma live life for the fight, yeah, I'm here to get it. I got drive, got sight, always have a vision. I go by at night, I be in my feelings. I'ma be fine, need time and I'll soon be winning. I live life for the fight, yeah, I'm here to get it. I got drive, got sight, always have a vision. I go by at night, I be in my feelings. I'ma be fine, need time and I'll soon be winning. I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got